what I've decided to do, I know this is going to be crazy and revolutionary, is read the word and then do what it says. So, folks, there's a lot of online fighting these days among Christians as to the tribulation, when it's coming, how it's coming, that it is coming, that we are smack dab in the beginning, middle, end of it, all of the stuff and things. And I want to talk just a little bit today, mainly to believers, but if you're not a believer, you probably still get a lot out of this if you hang to the end. Because I am going to ask your opinion, but you need to know the question. And in order to get to the question, you need to hear the idea. So the idea, then the question, then put your stuff down below, okay? So here's the scoop. I have been in many mainline name denominations. By that, what I mean is I grew up a Lutheran, got saved as a Baptist, went to the non-denominational church, spent time in the Messianic movement, the Torah observant movement, if you will, back in the Baptist movement, non-denominational, Catholic, United Methodist, been all over the map in ministry my entire adult life, since teens. And let me tell you what, here's why I don't, as a leader, I do not preach revelation. And every person that I've talked to says they agree with me when they hear me. The first big reason that I don't teach and talk about revelation publicly is everybody has an opinion. And the only opinion that's correct is their own, and they're willing to fight about it. Now, when I say fight about it, I don't mean just regular, hey, let's have a discussion about a doctrine. No. People will send us tracts in the mail saying that we need to get saved. People will send us the nastiest emails. The nastiest emails that you get when you're in the public eye, whether it's a pastor or whether it's YouTube or anything like that, always start out something like this. Hey, I watch your videos all the time, or I go to your church. I watch your videos all the time, and I'm a Christian, so, and then it's like, and then they just try to decimate you instead of just asking a question, or have you thought of this? Or here's a scripture reference, and not fighting about it. But everybody wants to fight about it because there's only one correct interpretation of the end times and tribulation and all that, and it ain't yours, it's mine. Well, I don't do that. Mainly because I've seen a lot of different denominational ideas, doctrines, dogmas, teachings, and what I've decided to do, I know this is going to be crazy and revolutionary, is read the word and then do what it says. Now, what I see, hear me out, is that Jesus himself says that even he doesn't know the exact time of when the end will come down, the crashing of it all and yada, yada, yippee skippy, right? And if he doesn't know, but he has very clearly said in Matthew chapter 28, what our mission is, you, me, and everybody around, the question's coming, by the way, but if he said in Matthew chapter 28, we're supposed to go to make disciples, teach, and baptize. Well, the folks that usually want to fight about tribulation, they're not doing a lot of that. For the most part. I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying for the most part. Now, here's the question. Tribulation, pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib. If you don't know what that means, it means tribulation. There are different Bible interpretations as to how the end will come about. Some folks believe in a concept called a rapture that's about 200 years old. It's not been around for the majority of the church, the early church, the teachings. It's only just new. It's a sliver in which most rapture folk, most, air quotes, think that before all of the bad stuff that we read in Revelations is going to happen, they're going to get pulled out, meet with Jesus in the sky. Okay, that's just the broadest brush stroke. So don't get all on me about, well, you didn't do this, you didn't, broad brush strokes, okay? Then there's mid-trib people that feel like the big attacks that we see in Revelation for the church, that it will begin to happen, and then in the middle of that, that's when Christ will come back. Then there's post-tribulation, post-trib people that say that believers have to go through all of it, and then it will happen. Now, what do you think? And here's the idea, here's the question. What do you think we should be doing? Because if you're a pre-trib person, your mission is still exactly the same as the mid-trib person. And the mid-trib person's mission is the same as the pre and post, and same and yada yada, right? So here's the thing. A lot of folks are put off greatly by all the bickering and fighting and backstabbing, and you're not a Christian, and you're this, and you're that. Instead, maybe we should just do what Jesus himself suggested we do. Not suggested, no, Brad. Told us to do. It wasn't a random, well, if you feel like it, then go ahead. No. Matthew chapter 28, go read it for yourself. And if you're not doing that, and you're more concerned about, will I get sucked up out of here before the bad stuff happens? If you're more concerned about that, you may want to reread it, because I think your concern should be about what he told you to do, instead of more worried about not being here if bad things happen. Let me ask you this, as you're probably feverishly typing hate emails to me. Well, some of you. And I actually know who you are already. But let me ask you this. Do you think that the early church, the people who were persecuted by being thrown into lions' mouths, literally, do you think that they were really so much worried about whether or not they were going to get sucked up and avoid all that stuff? Or were they more concerned about doing what Jesus said? And then if he had come back, wouldn't that be great? Just a thought. Here's another thought. Here's a fun thought. Let's just say that your version of the end is different than my version of the end. What happens if Jesus comes back and we're both Christians when the end happens? Don't we both meet him and are welcome to him as his family at the same time? Ladies and gents, the bickering just puts a black eye on things. There's no reason for it. It makes believers look not credible. It makes the divisions that are currently in the church, yes, I said currently in the church, more pronounced and completely unnecessary. The tribulation most certainly is coming, whether we want it to or not. And whether we go up beforehand, mid, after, you're not in control. So, what you do with your time while you wait, whether you're going to be obedient or not obedient, that's the real question. Honestly and truthfully, I hope you have a blessed day, even the people who are currently typing nasty things to me. Have an awesome, blessed day, guys. Bye.